Malomo e tau te mao e whiawhawhawh koe ni koe e whiawhi tu site ni pia fu mau taitale rea ki motoru he whiawhini koe taimini te tau hoko atu ki he tau rotu pa tau toki kamatarewe tau porokalama malo apito.
Taulot mau tamai te ngata kwa whilang mau whiam whamalo koe Afrika fofu koe ni mai po malu o mau te teo e ke whai mau po kalamo i te peo tonga World News pe mau whia po whia maari e peheni ke mau o whakahoko ai ngawe koni ke tokoni ke mau kakai pe ke tokoni ke mau whanua pe te tokoni nau tolu nau whi mau hangai pakau kau rere mo ngai ata mai fo ke langa ki mua e nau moe mau kora ke hoa whenake ke tāpaki i ho mau tui ko te pōwano ke le maha mo rere mo se māloi ka maa whakara no a koin anatipao kene hoko koe tō taha popo rere ki hono hoa pa ke lau ke nao hoko koe tu loa i e taki o e whanua ko tonga. Ma whanau māloa ka whina koe ka kautaki o e pule anga mo kautaki siasi. Mo kautaki o e whanua mo kakai. Toko ni ngau tolu ke nau maoha lau maari e rei mo atamai rei. Ke nau hoko ka kautaki rei mo kau whai takanga rei ke kakai o e whanua. Pake nau ofa ke nau tolu. He nau ngā ui me nau mai toko ni whai. Mau kore ke whawhina ke tapaki mau tolu koe. Kau ngā ua i e titapiu e nā ke mau hoko koe kau whakamāma mo hai toko ni pia mua ngahi. E mau whenga ke mau hoko koe kau o koha tuanga te rerei. O nā tolu nā whanau ki nā tolu i he pōko tōpe. Mau whiawhia ko iwa whakamāria goni ki mau ngā urei ki he pureanga tonga, pe ki he kakai o tonga, pe ki he whanua, pe mo kakai whope ki he ngai wake ke mā mani ko kau tonga pe ko nā tolu pe una whanau i he mau pōkalama. Mau kore whakatahanga tāpakini, pe ke toko mai ke mau tolu i hangahi mea mau tono noi ke lau ke mau whakahoko ngai mea urelei ke kau ke tupla ke mau moi i hua whaalo sisi Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Oni.
Feel
Malo lele ato ka tau pe malo la malia au eki ko la lele ko ula ke tau polo kalama pe fa malo prenta e he introduction pe pe fo ki life he lot to nai fai a ko fia fi a ho tu site fo geni a ho tahanima fo geni tonga a ka pe tau health token pe mo toketa Ray. Welcome back, Dr. Ray. Always good to have you back in the show. But at the same time, I need fucking for 50 fucking tonga now paremia for all.
Yay.
So quatro talamonu que paremia for
New
all.
PM. Yeah.
Yes, si offer give up for Savalene. So,
Yes.
but at the same time, we're gonna circle it back to Dr. Ray. Get our Shoko Hamet at our Talatala Ahoni. And I know, Dr. Ray, you wanted to only be here for an hour, so we're gonna give the time to you. So that way you can give us everything you wanted to share with us tonight. And back to you, Dr. Ray. Thank you.
I think today our show, we can have it two way. Half we talk about the health show, and then I will leave you guys, and then you talk about the new prime minister and what we need from him and what we're expecting from him. Especially he's being like a very good man, and everyone loved him. He was a minister of education, and now he's a prime minister. So our best wishes and congratulate to him. I will start actually our health show today. We continue about drugs and what we need from this new government for the drugs. Okay. We received today message in Tonga World News, TWN, about there is a Tongan guy. He said that he have organization for free drug or drug free in Tonga. And we asked him and who you are and who's the people work with him. In fact, I know him. Let me explain to you. To deal with drugs, it's not like, hey, I open organization, so I get funded from the government and I get funded from people overseas, as the people overseas, the stupid, the government, when the government, they saw a project for free drugs because the King Tupo VI, he mentioned the drugs, so it's easy for me to get the fund. But the Bible said what else? This is not even the message for him, but for all Tongan. If you think that the rehab center just about one bed or 20 beds and nothing, or maybe with each one you provide one Bible, for what? Or maybe you put a TV and air condition. That's what you understand about drugs. It's not about games that anyone can jump in. If you want to deal with this disease, to fix and treat this disease in Tonga, it must come with experienced people. Come with the people, they have already the portfolio. They know what they're doing with drugs. It's not even someone come from nowhere with a group who knows about this group to do a drugs organization or groups, and that's it. And then they want everyone to work under their umbrella maybe. So my request for the new government, before you sign or give a fund to any of this type of organization, you must send people to check, and you must study their project, the business and the plan, and what the stage, what they use, what the device, and what is the emergency. Like, for example, preventing relapse, the drugs preventing relapse or relapsing, how they do it, and who are responsible for people they will die. Because it's easy here to say in Tonga, that's his time to go. He's already in drugs, so he passed away. No. That's not a game for anyone just to come inside and gambling, because it's people's life.
Right.
And just one thing, for any person who is hearing us. I want you to remember one of your family member, your father, your mother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, when they passed away and you went outside the cemetery and you've been crying and you're just asking for more time to be spent with. So as you do with your family, do with the other, because the other is your family too. That's what Jesus said. That's what I believe. When we study medicine, we study mercy. Before you study medicine, you study mercy. I remember the professor, he's teaching us. He said, don't be with the disease in the top of your patient. Because some doctors, the patient have the disease and the doctor in the top of the disease. So the doctor and the disease in the top of the patient. So we've been taught, don't be with the disease in the top of the patient and in the top of his family. Don't do that. Because at the end of the day, we believe there is a just day. So if you not fully understand what you're going through, because, you know, when you deal with people, they having drugs and already and I know they hear us, when we talk about the drugs classification, okay, how many types and which type under each qualification and which stage, like your organization start with what type of drugs you will start with, what type of classification you will start with, because no one start with the 7 classification or the full 4 type of drugs. And we remember we have limited source. And we remember what the king said, we need to start for what we have today. And that's, I think it's fair enough. We need to start for the type of drugs we can handle it. Not the type of drugs when it's come, it will give us severe issue. Because sometimes, you know, these people, it's not like, if you take someone from drugs, the behavior so change. Maybe he will jump to kill you, to have his dose of drugs. So at the end of the day, you put yourself in dangers and you put the other people in dangers, including yourself, the people work and the people they in drugs already. So you put 3 different type of people in dangers because you just want to open something to get fund. And what else? What else? What come after? Don't say because you watch YouTube or you're listening to me or you're listening to other one that's make you have this type of experience. You know, I contact one in the hospital because I want them to send us one of the movie, like 10 minutes movie about the people when they come to the rehab center and what happened to them day by day till the drugs being out from their body. Because this type, it will show the people how dangerous they deal with. As we say, don't play with fire. But actually, you don't play with fire, you play with explosion. It's dangerous than fire. So I really expect from the new government to look forward. Don't just approve any type of this type of organization or business without a clear image for what they're doing. That's number one. Number two, we are not refusing anyone to work, because at the end of the day, we do this to help Tongan and its people. So we help the society. So as more people, they wanna work and help, our hand. I think Melanie and Brenda and Lifini was happy with this. We not refuse anyone. At the end of the day, we believe in teamwork. But when the teamwork have one view, one division. When we want to help the society, that's it. But if you want to help yourself, go and help yourself away from us. Because we do this for people, for sick people. Anyone want to add anything? Melanie, Brenda, Lifini?
You know what I just wanted to add, Dr. Ray, is like people wanted to play with the lives of the Tongan people, and that's not going to work, you know. But if whatever the agenda they have for money, they better not be doing it for money, because you're dealing with people's lives here, you know. And I agree with that. Tonga should have a guidelines, and they should really check before they fund any project, even overseas. If you listen to this program, before you fund everything, you need to look at almost every aspect of this project, like the experience, you know, what is the plan they have, you know. And for example, Dr. Ray have the experience when it comes to this one, but it's not something that you can just want it, like the guy who tried to communicate to us. And I'm glad, Dr. Ray, that you know, you've seen that, because my first response to that, I don't really want to talk to somebody that have no picture on Facebook. That's my first response. But at the same time, I was so polite and I say, but how can we help you? So, you know, but I'm glad that you take a look at that. You know, these are the kind of people that they wanted to go for money. My first question to Dr. Ray today, what is the background of this guy? So does he have any medical background? Does he have any background that this is the type of a job for him? But look like he doesn't have. He just wanted to, I guess his motivation or his motive is about money. So, and it come back to this kind of mentality that we have as Tongan. We don't take things, there's no accountability, there's no credibility, you know. So accountability is number one when it comes to this kind of project, you know. And I do agree with that, Dr. Ray. And I wanted to hear from Brenda and Lifey, what do they think about this kind of thing? You know, people were just going to do it for money, but we here wanted to make sure that hopefully the new government, like you said, Dr. Ray, will come up with the better plans and, you know, to pursue this, because we all wanted, as Tongan, love Tonga, and we wanted to all work as a team to fight the drugs in Tonga, you know, so.
Yeah, for me, this is the kind of reaction we would expect from people that do not know anything about drugs. They would jump into the fire as to show whatever they have. They get so hot and wanted to be arrogant enough to challenge. So I think the new government is now in good hands. So I would expect that it will take a little time to get them organized, but I do not see them take their eyes off the ball. I mean, to really pay attention to drugs and the issues behind it. I don't think they would just say, okay, you get in and try your best. No, I don't think so. This is a huge piece of conversation for any given person with wisdom. If you think of someone that just jumped into the ring, I think he will burn his pants before he even start his hands. So I have no, I don't put my 2 cents there. No.
Dr. Ray, I work with people here who are drug users. They already know, we already identify them because we have to take them to psychologists and to people who help them on a regular basis every week. We have to take them for an hour for consultation and to help them as to get off drugs and stay off drugs. But you know, it's not something that is happening all at once. It's a gradual
Process.
process, and it takes a while. But I don't think, I don't know. I don't know about Tonga, and I don't know how much qualified personnel over there to help with drugs. But I don't imagine anybody who just want to come and help with drugs who does not know what it is.
Anything. Yeah.
Because the result is they involved with it. And that's not a good thing. We are trying to help people off drugs. We are not going to just play around and think they come and do it, but on the side they still have drugs with them. That's not a good thing. So I hope Tonga will identify good resources to work with drugs, because it's already existing in Tonga, as I understand. It has been there. But we have to know what we are doing. We are not, and we plan for it. I'm thinking doctors like yourself have a good chance to help with those kind of things, because you know those kind of things. And but for a person who just one, because he was doing it before and want to cure it, there's a lot of questions to ask, because that's not how it operates. This thing here have to be very, very highly operate with people with good understanding and qualified to help. That's my feeling about it.
You know, you're right, and Brenda right, and Melanie. I'm just like, you know, like sometimes it depends about some people. They took like 2 different type of drugs and plus alcohol, so that's 3 different type of drugs, and maybe 2 different type of classification, or 3, and maybe if anything wrong, that can end up they will get seizure. You know, this number 1. Number 2, I saw this one here, but we already have the training, not here in Tonga and Egypt. On the 3rd day of the in rehab center, you know what he did? Because he's been pushing himself like this, and suddenly he hit the back on the bed. And what a result of this? His tongue, he swallowed his tongue go back because of the hitting. You know, the end of the day, if you don't know how to bring the tongue back for someone who's like this, so how can you bring the tongue back? This person will be die. Because this type of tension or aggressive, anything can happen. And what happened? He hit from there, and then the tongue is back, and he's just like this, and he can't breathe. And I put the tongue back to him, so he start to open his mouth. This type of not first aid, because it's not like a part of the first aid, okay, or the course of the first aid, but this like a highly, like when you deal with this type of people, okay, of rehab center, there is a type of we call it emergency for them. They have different type of emergency if anything can happen, okay, not different than the emergency in the hospital, okay. Like people play rugby, they have their own type of sport doctor, you know, but this type anything can happen. And so what you will do, you will be like sitting like this watching someone dying because of the lack of understand. This not a game you just can make money and go. No, it's very hard. This is was number one I want to talk about. Number two today in the health show. What is the main disease? Can cause any disease on us? Food. Because I know Brenda wanna shot me, but lucky I'm a Tongan. So
Yeah.
we overseas we hear this word: make your food your medicine.
Medicine, right?
Yeah, make your food your medicine.
Yes.
So even when you go to a doctor or you went to the gym, the doctor will ask you how many spoons of sugar you have per day, how many salt, okay, what type of food you eat every day. Why he's saying that? Because we need to understand what's going wrong with you. For example, if you high intake in meat, like protein, yes, there is people, they do bodybuilding, they do the polio diet, which is that's a high intake in protein, but they can burn the protein they take every day, they measure, okay? But if you high intake in protein, can you tell me what will happen to you? So if you high intake in protein, that can cause gout, can cause gout, can cause arthritis, high uric acid, and kidney failure, and you have fat metabolism disorder. You can have high blood pressure. All this because you're high intake in protein. If you talk about fat, it's a hormone production, and fat, they hold the toxin. So when you eat the animal fat, you actually eat the toxin of the animal you eat. So if you have buwaka and the buwaka been eating the rubbish and you don't know what the buwaka eat and you just like eat the fat. Actually, the fat of the buwaka, that's where the toxin hold in the buwaka. So you've been eating toxin from animal to your body, digest to cancer, because the cancer actually is caused by high toxin in your body or in my body. So we talk about food. We have something called recommended daily intake, the RDI.
Right.
What you need to eat per day, like the amount of fiber, the minerals, the vitamins, the protein, the carbohydrate, everything is listed. For example, do you know how many grams per week your body need? How many gram protein or like meat, red meat? Guess. This is a question for all of you.
Okay. How many
Okay.
protein do I need?
How many grams of
Grams of
Yeah.
protein that I need daily.
per week?
What is a gram compared to ounce or pound?
50.
You mean 50 gram?
Yeah.
Okay, make it 50 grams. Okay. So, how many grams of the red meat your body need per week? Any type of red meat, like the beef, the lamb, the goat, the buaka, anything of the red meat.
I eat 2 pounds a week.
2 pounds.
That's 7 days divided into 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Did someone advise you to do that?
Well, I'm just
We love
figuring
to
out
eat.
one New York steak all quartered up and 1/4 per day for 7 days.
If Brenda will take you out for dinner, Dr. Ray, that will be what she gonna order for you is a steak. She
No, I'm
loves
telling
that.
you can ask the Sisi. You can ask a Sisi the amount I eat.
Maybe
But-
to be more reasonable, 25 to 30 grams of red meat.
Actually, When we talk about gram, your body need around 150 gram, like that's even less than quarter kilo. 150 gram. More than that, your body don't make any benefit of any type
I
of
see.
food. So,
Yeah.
and what happened, the leftover, it will be converted to uric acid or to any other disease. Remember that cancer, they need protein too as well to be grown.
Right.
In the body. And any type of this, you put pressure. At least you not play like you go to the gym so the muscles can take more protein from your body. In fact, your body need around 130 grams of protein per day to make your brain function. Okay. So when we talk about protein, you can have yogurt, you can have eggs, you can have cheese, you can have beans, because the beans, they have their own protein, which is good protein too as well, like white beans, black beans, brown beans. The end of the day, you need to make different source of protein in your body.
So my question, Dr. Ray, so like for my son, he goes to the gym a lot every day, and he took also the protein powder, he took that. So how much protein for somebody like his age, 25, active, going to the gym every day, how much gram of protein does he need daily?
Okay. For me, people go to the gym and they took the protein. We need every 3 months to do a kidney function. Because what happened here, when they take the protein powder, actually they have high creatine. And that's especially if someone have family history of kidney failure or any kidney disease, I will not recommend it for him the protein powder. There is any other type they can take. Okay. But for me, it's okay if he's doing very well, like the amount, if he took like 2 spoons or 3 spoons or maybe 4 serve, and then if he take the protein, so that's mean if he play for 2 hours, he need to drink around 6 liters of water in these 2 hours to keep the kidney safe. Okay, so when he take the protein, he need to drink 6 liters in 2 hours during his exercise. Otherwise, it end up with massive kidney issue. And each 3 months, for his safety, he need to do the kidney function, especially the creatine level.
Okay.
Because if the creatine is high, like when I'm talking about if the creatine level for him start to be like 1.5, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, we need to take a break, because this will be like a big alarm. It's not like I'm building my body, end up with in the hospital for the kidney. Because remember, we have family history.
Right.
Okay, we go now? Okay. I will go. Sorry if I
Thank you, Dr. Ray. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you. Say hello to Sissy for us.
What we need from the government.
Yes.
We'll talk later, eh?
Thank you for coming.
Malo Sisi.
Okay, back to us here. That was our first part of our program with Dr. Ray, the Health Talk. Hopefully, Ben Amowako lesson in the program. But at the same time, let's come back to the government, Brenda. Dr. Ray. I feel my God don't go dynamic for Brenda. Get drugs, and now people are starting to look as an opportunity to jump for money. But that's the thing right there.
Iya.
Hanga kata maganda fetu tak mai kan he tau programa.
Programa.
O fenga mia que ne tala no mai ia que owa ene hakani ene project ki drugs and I'm glad because Dr. Ray was also an admin ki tau pesi. And he knew the guy. I have no clue who the guy is. The only thing I asked him politely, if you can take a picture of yourself and then talk to me, because we just need to find out what does he need. But at the same time, Dr. Ray stepped in because he knew the guy and asked the right question. And he's supposed to come in and meet with Dr. Ray here. And he can show up here. So these people are up to no good. Daga mega o farm program gani o te ke ha ko kumpa nga he mo ye ka kai ko le to no ya he ko ha me ne ke fa ya kumpa nga he ko mo ye ne ko lang mari ni ya ko tau fe nga ka ro ya ke to ko ni a lang mari he ko at the end of the day o nge ka lau ka Mother Teresa is all about relationship with God. It's not about anything else Kagu mau inga be ya pe mo tau sio ka ni ki ke everybody me ka tong hai awani. I took some time today and I listened ke lahe ka fa malanga. Kana ka ke fu fanong ka ka to ke awi ke fa malanga and then and then later I found out kuma ko ni siasi but kana fanong au ke fa malanga siasi. I tell you when I listen to him you can tell ko tama o kufa otua enetaki ne ma o mahino ko ni ke mawinga ko ni akakai but at the same time be sio ko ke me ko ni ko ya pena ne outvote everyone if you look at the detail ka vote he like he was on the top of the list. Voters vote
He was
for him.
way ahead.
He was way ahead, exactly.
In numbers.
Else. Right, in numbers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, looking back at his what do you call that? Ihane kolo ko represent ko me ko fanongo ko tawe ne fitu ko ene ifalele ko feito ya ko o tau pe fa ka ta a hono kolo ko o kune represent
Yeah.
but at the same time can I pick it downside ya pe to ta ya aga fa no ke message ta mai maha o tau pe ke si hono ta but at the same time you have to look at every aspect every aspect
Yeah.
ka fa ko ka na fa no ko ke fa ma nga ko o eke now, give again outline ko ngahi asenita. I like his agenda when fakaam ko ke ngawe ko matonga. But at the same time, I have a benefit of doubt about this guy. He gonna Brenda. I tell you, kapag ko yan ay minister pa nga if corruption ko love. I tell you, he cannot be connected to that. Hekono nga penya Brenda ako hinga ko kiai. Natatano fok mo po ki me ako ni. Ka for ministry ako ni ko education mo finance ke for panga ka na ab kalablabu. Mata ka for $500,000 ka na ab kalablabu. Ko ave ka for tu wako. And don't you think these two minister na totonu kena hanga make sure ko panga ave ki project toton. I mean, if I'm writing a check, I'm just saying this for myself. If I'm signing a check over 200,000 to give to someone, I'll make sure. Yes.
In the money.
Yes, in the money. I'll make sure that I'll have a committee follow up with that money to make sure. Mateko ko project ko project heni hange ko ni kapag ko te fire real estate remodeling mo ba kapag te no ko esirini ognaw mai ko awlaki sirini and then they will come in and check to make sure your project is done
before they inspect.
Yes, they will inspect the first phase of your project. And once they give a check mark to that, then they'll release the second part of the money. And I did not know how did they give this much money without even a reality check of the project. I mean, because talking I loophole pay na set up pay fail. At the same time, you don't know the connection between this department and the level and how this much money flow without, you know.
At the end.
Exactly. Pero may kung siya piya kaya ang ko ni ostain pe kaya po hiwaya petain pe kaya mo tamay ko ni kapaw na ifare pa anga hetay ni ko ya. And you know when we were talk about afarele atonga, for me that was done no be Brenda.
Yes.
Clean up corruption first before this country can move forward. Yes. And I'm hoping that we are going to come up with 3 corruption, corruption-free zone.
Yeah.
But that's what. But you know, can I find me enough for tonga at the night? I don't know. If I make enough for tonga at the night, now fanong again now from Balanga kan nai pa fanong ke sale ole o ko ni farelea lot tangi nane pehe ia ko fa ka mai ko ne ka farelea e tok fire o se Filipalemia. And I said to myself, this is backward. Na da don't ko ne mahino peko now take on the seat or so don't fa ka mai na dolia he go now for morning ke Filipalemia, they should already under oath. You know what I'm saying? Okay, to don't get out under oath na dolia o se na Filipalemia. Na da don't get under oath pe na dolia e mahino mai ko fili na to kakai. Kimo ke kamata farelia. He go ang go se go gai. Kabawa ke na under oath ke na Filipalemia. These people don't have no responsibility, you know? I mean, these people need to hold accountable from day one they became a farelia. And I think, to me, the day before they should do the Filipalemia, they should already all under oath. Mahino? Kako fanang ko aguya og fire under oath here. It time go fire ulaki session go I session go I farelia. And I said to myself, this is a little bit backward. But for me, everyone should already be under oath. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give it back to you guys. You know?
Ko fili e palemia o kai kia hatau ilo tato ke procedures o go set forth ke tokoni ki hono.
No, the procedure was said today, man. That's why I brought it up. Because procedure and ganina for my no ilo
tagi I
fonga. O no dogi under oath na dolia I time go I also go I ulaki session go na dolu. Kaka foi fili go adenaya and how ka doga adenayo fili parimia. None of them were under oath. And dogi fine under oath and dolia. Ulaki session go falelia. But when I heard that, I said, this is backward. This should not be. No, seriously. That's the very first thing that came to mind. Now sitting, they should all be going and sworn, you know? They should all be going and sworn in before they even sign any paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I will have no comment on that then. Yeah. So go ahead, Lifey.
Kai peke whenga ngai me whahinga set up koe ni. Ka koe tau siwa tu pe, koe anga whakaukau au kia. O totonu ke ai ha separate body. Ke nau hange ha committee. Tu ke nau hanga o manage o pe nau hanga o check ngahi mea koe ni. Ai hange ko ngahi paanga koni whahau ke ngai whitu ke mea. O toto mbeke hapoti ia nau i he can now account what they are doing with funds. Neongo pe ka pau ka kaya ko ni na os involved na to ki mo ingai tu nga ko ni ko me pe ta fe ta to ko ta fe nga pe ke ta sio pe ko ha le he kula he ka kaya na nga tala mai ngai me na fe le a ki ngai me na fe fai pe a mai ki lo to yo fai me ke he ko ngai me ko hoko pe I fe tu ka to mamani ka ko mea ke te o mai ka kai o now honest pe o now offer ke he fonua offer ke ka kai pe now finga ke lang hake atonga o ko ke finga ke now ma we na to la lei ka tuku ai ngai me ai ko to ton ke fai ke ngawe ko o ko ke re ka ko fano pe fa mata la ko ni mo fai ko ka kai ko ni na o sinbol na to I pure anga he kimu at pe aku ia ngai tala no ia kana to ko ia pe ngai tala no ka kita os mahino pe ka kita ke ka kai ka to mo vale mo poto na o sigo na to o ke me ia ko o ka me to fe hu pe ko to ko ngai fa ka pe pa ke hoko ia ko ka kai te na le na to pa te na tala no ko me ia hoko I fe tu ka to mama now tala no pe now ko ngai me ia o to tonu ke whakau ke e kau taki ko ni kotonga.
Oh, yeah.
Taki, ai ke mahino ko kau taki, oi whanua, pe anau mo oni I ngai me ko tope, o hangi ko o lau e merine. O to tonu ke nau swear in na tolu, ki mo.
Yes, exactly.
O swear in, ai kakai ko ni koto. Ko ha me ko ia mo ni ho lawa pe ko te. O tuku ia ke toki ke na toki o mai ki loto pe tok fai suani.
Yes, and exactly, life me going to love my kiai. This is the only way you're going to hold them accountable if they're sworn in. Eh?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Pero me going to we are going to go oh my god ni and also now lao I don't going to fight but me going to na toki osi. Eh? Ko nga ene hanu. Many of the people going to now agree go ke hokwa I government go o ona. None of them stood by him. Eh? Now kamata na to, but that's what I'm saying. Kapag na humay ka tama ko o sworn in kimo again now Filipinamia, go do it and I'll stand by with what they're doing. And then Dr. Ray shared this with me earlier before you guys came in. On the pehe na ya fahinga na now feeling na to ki Sami Waipulu. But because na hanga Sami Waipulu or gave his word Sovaleni, he was stood by him and choose him, and that's integrity right there. Eh? Or take it I for two and gave his word to Sovaleni. Eh? But at the same time, kung fanang kung flau ko I hangay ko I hanu ko ni ko paremia ko ni ko po hiwa opehe eya o kind of look like these people are like
a kid, like a little kid.
Like a little to awe. Okay, aneafi mole he ahoni. But for me, I think for me go hinga go e whanau ko ane nai ko ke pehe ko e lo tangi ko o tok sworn in na to ko e ulaki ko e whalelea. I shook my head because these people are not accountable to anything until that day. They should have already been sworn in from day one, you know, because that's how you're going to hold them accountable. Ako now signing, you know, e whakawhakava he tohi tapu, pia nau kamata e nau. Ko ulaki whatongi aini o nau tolu ko whawhawhanga parerea, ko while pare mia o tonga. And how can they choose a pare mia without sworn in? Can I take responsibility and accountable to the people? Eh? Kaya pe ako kuki talang ako hefafini, you know. But I'll give it back. That's my 2 cents, Brenda. But I really need to have us come a dialogue about this.
I have no clue at all ai pure anga koe ni, I he anga in our process ki hono oathing, ai lava ke oath e ko taha, he koe uhinga e te whakapapau te ke take responsibilities koe ni pia mo tuunga position koe ni, I he pure anga, he kuia A, B, C, D, E beneath it. Pia
Yes.
mangai whiwhi koa, you're answering to that. Kai ke tu iau ia ko o ange responsibilities to individuals yet. O ko osi mahino ko nau osi whiri ki loto. Ka koe whiri ki loto ai toko whiha.
Brenda,
17.
Brenda, let me stop you right there. The very first responsibility given to them is to choose a prime minister. Don't you think that's a heavy responsibility?
Yo, mahino ia yo whanatala. Mahino
Yes.
pito ia.
Oh,
Ka
yeah.
koe ko uhinga pe ia a aku. Koe uhinga pe ia aku. Ka pau o nau vice versa. Nau hanga to o mai ke nau hanga nau toro o whiri pe toki oath. He pe toki. Ko ngai ko whihui e au. Are they
Oh, yeah.
trying to ke nau hanga o ai mea koene kai ke nau whai ki mua o raki whiri e pare mia ko hinga nau whi mau. Ke nau, I have no clue. Ko ha no reason behind that.
Right.
Ko ku ilo e au, ko pure anga ia ko ni. Ko te kai ke haia kita ia, ko te pe mai pe ku haia kita, ko fufua mi a ia, ko ave kita
Yes.
o whaka
Exactly. That's what I brought this up with that, because but that's how they're processing Panongo and I. But then for me, compared to this country, the very first responsibility of you taking a job, taking her is they gonna off you, eh? And I think that's the highest.
Anga America.
America.
Yes.
You know, but that's why we're here for Tonga, because we want, I think, get there. Kaya ko nga ngay may ako tutun ko kitawang ko falele iko itonga, eh? Ito for to what to point ni, heka nga. I tell you, kung parang ko and I go get out from a talaga man now ngay from Malanga. Kaya lang when I came to mind, I said to myself, they can't be choosing a prime minister without under oath, eh? It's their very first responsibility, and this is the heaviest responsibility. O ikaw favong falera ko ni ko inaw fili haparemia. Heka paremia is next to the king. You know what I'm saying? And they should all be already accountable and held under oath. Eh? But I think that's a little backward in our system of the Don Kefadele. And I think that's why DWN is here, is to voice that out. And I tell you one thing. A lot of the things that we discuss in this platform, we're seeing come, alive from Tonga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but back to you guys.
Brenda.
Yes.
There is no accountability involved. Half a million or ave o ke ilo ia pe ko ave ki ha
exactly
ave atu pe ko fa hinga me ai me fe ko ngawe ai te volo ko ngawe ai kovi o fai pe o to hi pe se ke ko ka ta ha te ne eke ko ha o ave ke ko ha me ngawe aki ai pe ke na ilo o ka mea nea o maama apa o ka mea nea o whai pe ki he panga whakaukau he ko ne whai hala i pe e hala i pe au ke ne osi ko mea ia
ko uhinga ia foki o tau sio ai o whele tapa ko toa pe o anga ngawe ko ngawe I pure anga o Tonga pea ko feel ko ia tau kam leva ki he drugs. Fail o te siape o fail e me a kotoa he kono uhinga koe kautaki na I kai ke nau competent. He? Pea kua tukuangi atu e ki nau tolu ia ke tawhaaki. Koe new start eni. Pea whiunga tonu pe mo e tau huu mai. So let's be hopeful. We have all these questions to ask the leaders as they are seated on their seats. E ai pe taimi te tau schedule one by one. Ke tau ask straight kia nau tolu. What goes on? Pea moyanga e nau whau lao ke kait ake ngā ue koini ai whonua. He umo oni au pito na tau whehu ia pe he kamata pe koe e tau polo kalama. Koe PM a ki mu atu koe a Chris Pohiwa. Na e koe ko hai ko whe taimi koe ni o Severe.
Kimo e atu whakano, I believe.
Yo, ki mo e atu wakano.
Nana, I was spare time when the tupo wono pe hoko sevele, I believe.
Yo, ospet por
Petu pe hoko leva Tivano. I think Tivano ran for 2 years, for 2 consecutive.
Kai ke complete atu wakano he ne lere kakato. Ka koe mea koe na e hoko na e lahi pe questions ia ai alunga e paanga mi he taimu Severe. You know. A umai pea ka tui wakano, a umai pea ki a Pohiwa, a umai eni ki a tui ane toa. Pea koe e tau clean house i eni o tok whai pe koe ni i he whiri tangata koe.
So, go ahead, Brenda, I'm sorry.
Hono i kai ke tau feel rightful, o ku lava ke tau whanongo pe lava ke tau ongo i pe, ai toko taha o ku tau pe whiunga, ka koe tau lele lolo ai ni tau e wha.
Yes.
Tau lele lolo ai ni tau e wha. Aia koe whaunga o e pure anga koe ni, o ku kei tu upe te kei ki tau whanonga ki ai. Ka koe mea ia ko o hange pe koe lau ai tamatui, ai wholofora, tau wholofora tamatui. O ku iai pe ai whakaamu e iai ai mea te tau sio end of the tunnel. I guess we will see some light. Yeah, at the end of the tunnel, hopefully.
Kati awe, so kene whanau ke te whamalanga kene sa waleni ko ane nai.
Yes.
O ne popo ke kakai whiwhine. So, speaking of that, I hope tene hanga whiri mai e kau minista e tolu ki he wha. I mean, matu e ne lava pea whiri e kau minista e tolu.
Yes.
Outside from the wharelia. And I hope this will be women. Tene hanga o mai ki loto. E koe ngai whakaukau. Te whanau koe ki hene popo koe ki he kakai whiwhine. But at the same time, we're just going to give him the chance to see how, I think this guy, now back in the mat with Matu Alele, but I think he can preach the generation for all, when we're older generation. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Ka tangata ne kolotau malo i taha ia koi tonga tapu ko ngere ia.
Yes. So, yes.
Ka koe kolotau ia koe kai to lava i ha taha ia koe pepe koe ke whiri ka sa sovareni. Lere whakataha pea ngere ia ko piri, ko pahu, kolofo o, nuku alofa. You know, everybody was voting for someone.
Yes.
You know, o tau fie ai pe, o ko proud te ko sa sovareni, ko ne grandparents, ko neighbor ia o mautolu. Pena I think when I left, o ko tui ko sa sovareni na tau tolu pe tau ua. Peha, I knew ko ki tam si ko ki pe frau fofa and everybody take turn on the floor. Holo I saw the Pero ani mom ko sister kawi he ka ulak sister work kaya atonga he nursing you know and beautiful woman. Pero she talks about his schooling and me kotoa at my auntie's kunau neighbor, my aunties kunau api and ours is just be big to each other. So I tell you I'm very emotional when it comes to proud, you know, of someone me kolotau emerini taga kolotau.
You know, Brenda, thank you for bringing up those things. But to me, those things can be just irrelevant to what he is. I mean, that's the quality of an upbringing. But for me, what is he capable of doing for the country and the government? But I
It's
think
true.
that's
Is yet for us get out
yes,
seal.
qualities có in the leadership of mẹ màu ngay. But tao siêu bây giờ tôi đi nghe tao coi ni and the ihe phải lẽ ông phía hono ki tao pe hono fe tu he and the taki. Aya who speak louder and the taki. Maino? Aya ka fly me aya ko ngai quality ka at the same time. Now for non kan fa malanga. Ay mau inga ay hono and kakai ko ni oku ngawe ko kiai. And you know, these are qualities we talk about. A leader servant is the leader that Tonga need. And listening to him, and if I'm he is that type of leader. It's about the people, it's not about himself. And I think those are the qualities that I can brought in because go fanongo can if I'm and it love it can offer for Nua, offer Hetui, offer Kakai, and all about that.
Porque se o que he. Kone folau whaka osi mai koe ni ki Amerikani. Na e tohoi mai mi Britania ke mau ex-students I Seatoni. Ke mau whakatahataha. This is going to be his last stop before he head to Tonga. Ke ngawe ki he ne campaign kon ki feeling. So when he came, we have the opportunity ke mau talanoa, right? And we were so happy he whanongo ke ne ngahi goals, ne ngahi palani ngā ue, o ku whakahoko, whakatatau ki he ne teu whiri konyo whai. And I tell you, I communicated to him ai ngahi me alahi he ni pia mo e tamai ki a ko kotoa. Koe kau ex-student kotoa e tonga hai, na whai mau lotu, whai mau whakatahalahi hen se atoni. Pea whakahoko pea mo e mau open discussions, whikau aki mo tonga in the government. So whatever we hold dearly for him at that time, or go hold it highly, he go iloi koni kunai. You understand? That's
Brenda,
yes.
I want you to take out of your vocabulary that word hopeful. When you serve people in the government or any position, you don't have hopeful. You have to do it. There is no hopeful in there. Because when we say hopeful, Brenda, it's just we are giving them the opportunity to think that there is a place. You
Oliver, it's good. It's good. But we're not in a classroom now. So we just have to correct each other show. Professionally, ihe surrounding or having a conversation here. Let's be hopeful, get peace. Let's be hopeful or love get our understand each other. Let's be hopeful, got our vocab. Okulere pe ihe surrounding koe issue o tautanoa ki Tonga. I think I will not stop the conversation and correct tata. That's a very hopeful thing. Kiao, hopeful pe kai ke pe. Stop, Emeline. Correct her or vocab. So let's be professional.
okay.
As we are in the media. Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry, Brenda, I said it. But I'm just saying because if we give them
you know.
Yeah. But I'm going to say the reason
no,
why
you're fine. Go ahead.
The reason why I said it because I read about that that former prime minister who has been there for almost 20 years or so, and he was giving the position as a prime minister, and he was not doing good, and people were talking about it. So I don't think there is a way for us to give them that kind of mentality that they can. We are thinking twice of them. We have to believe that they come in and serve the people of Tonga on the right way. I Prime Minister kona koe nai kimuat kon nai hoko Pohiva.
Chris Pohiva or Pohiva Tornado? Which one? The current one?
No, the one that was
Pohiva Tornado.
Pohiva has been there for so long, and he cried about things, and he say this and say all kind of things, and when he go into the post, he was not doing it right.
Yes, you talk about Chris Pohiva. Okay.
Yeah. He didn't do it because there was story about him. When he was sitting in a seat, he was not doing it right.
Right.
So for people who do things that they want to do it better than others or whatever it is, we give them the touch all the time because they can never be a best to the position until they do it right.
Correct.
That's how
I think what you're trying to say, Lifey, is like we need to hold these people accountable. Give professionalism, go now, yeah. And that's one thing with me. Every time I communicate with somebody who's in the government, I take no excuse from anybody, because I know I held professional into a higher standard when it comes to that. But for me, don't have a good future right now with South Sovereign. But at the same time, committee. I don't have an anti-corruption committee. Anti-corruption committee, but I have no idea how did the anti-corruption did not find. I mean, so, and I think that anti-corruption is needed to be more active, more active, or fight the corruption. Drugs, get there, many of these things unemployment. When people are unemployed, they look for easy way to make money. And part of the easy way to make money is like corruption can be. The leaders, as yet now corrupt, they don't care themselves either, because he was corrupt. But I think it will be a top-down, top to bottom, clean house, and we're looking forward for a good Tonga future, Brenda. Who am I going to put him for over? Brenda, unmute yourself.
Koe mea kone talanoa kia Ray and Nai before he left. Oku ia mea ia institute he pureanga ko toa pe o whakatatau ki he anga ko ni hono o mai kakai ko tau tanoain ki kakai ko ni he drugs. He ko Amerikania o mai nau toa ke emergency first. O whare mahaki. He wai taure tātore pukoi mau nau toru o nau pass out I he hala pureanga pe koe homeless area. Pe koe nau api, pe koe nau o mai ko ia. Hangaton ke emergency. Me ai o whakaake ake. Me he whakaake ake. Ko ni ata mai le rei pe toko taha ko ia. O he kai ke awe ke rehab right away. Ko whakaake ake ko ia e awere vai ki ha specialist ke whakamahinoi. Patokotaha ko niyo at may lelay pe kani whakaukau I what happened. Pe tarifihu ikoy ha. Kakoy me ako must it's a must patokotaha ko niyo evaluate a psychologist. Pe Oscar pa set up in a timeline mo psychiatrist. He kono nga patokotaha ko ni ako at may lelay pe ko hatokotaha niyo affect in a mental stats. Ko ngahi process and go through ai. Pero ki mui lewa rehab ya mo counseling mo whakakeake o whai ai pe mo nutrition mo me akotoa mo away me he regular drugs mo me akotoa. Ko e fu ngā we lahi whakauriuria. Ka koe me ako tau whakaukawat ki tonga mo pore a tama koe ni a whia pore mai. Where's he coming from? Ke ha o put in 2 cents ki he mea o kai ke ia me hange pe ia koe toko taha koe na e tānoa koe mo tupo pa pea ta tupo ko shat pe ko mata o ku ke hai mai pe ko ia what is your problem, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, ai ko toko taha koe ni ko eka e koe ke o mai hane ID picture ke lava ke mo tala noa nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But you know, excuse me, Brenda, while you're talking about that, you know, my train of thought just left me anyway. But we'll come back to it. Welcome back to it.
Okay.
Okay, now I remember what I wanted to say. Koe programa kan ni na oskoy fono ay tamatui. Pe file me na ki programa I forgot what's the name of program kan ni o mai ka expertise of I now ke fai kan ni ta pe ha now talada no ha now palani ko atong ko ke fight the drugs it was fight for no. Na fe hui na eke to ta ha. Ko fe hui na pe. O kai na lao atong ke lava I druggy, I thought I go overdose, ke call the 911 for help. Eh? Ako tari ka ko attention ya le ikai ko kya halao ya itonga. Ke tapen ke call I thought I go overdose for help. Ko pe ko attention ya le ko me pe ko i ke ko police. Eh? Aya oktotono leva. Mato ko hono uhinga ni e kwang ko so ko ke prenta. Okay, hana itonga fa ke hei mental issues kama criminal, eh?
Yes. No,
Hana itonga ya o ta pala sia pe a criminal mo mental health. O totona ke hana itonga ya identify the mental health and separate them from the criminals. Hegarai ulanga ko ni ofai etoki area ka situation ya etoki criminalize ya
Yes.
Kamata tu kapa it treat in the right time and it's all about mental health, eh? O hange ko ni ko lau prenda. Og toton ke yai ato tahaya og specialize ya ita paaki ko ya. Pena mana to ya pau mai pona o katawe na ato tahaya itonga na e kau he tarifehui. Na e fehui na behat ke. O ke behat o ko parema ko ni e kau drug ko ni e lama pe ke avano ato mai ke tafa. And I think the Gitogeta Koini Kona Netari Fewi, he don't even qualify if Fanoko Akukoki, I go get Netari. Kehetari Koin Koki Fewi. Kofewi is a good question, but I don't think so he qualified to answer the question. Because to me, Dr. Ray will be the most qualified person to answer the question. Because he's a neurologist, eh?
Yeah.
Kakono foi palo parema fogi ta go ta fa sio peta tolia hetonga ko kai ko ke te ilo ekita eh I mean ko ta ilo ekita ko foi palo parema lahia eh e ha o to ta e ko ni he have no clue, have no experience, but he have the lagi and the talk about
Havia olea he.
Havia olea he platform o ke ton
ke
exactly. This is just a regular tongue and a commoner. I listened to the answer, even myself, listened to him answering this. I said to myself, how did they bring a guy like this to be part of this discussion
program.
about young. I don't think so. He have no experience about dealing with this kind of type of drug abuse. Ilo anak but at the same time, I hope that when I don't recognize Dr. Ray, Kono's expertise, Get back on the Tavaki drugs. Go back or farm my good put for all. Can now hang out or put out a guideline. Or I going to they need to be like, no, you cannot be getting funding just for your own benefit because this is people's life we're dealing here, you know.
Tôi còn nghe bên cái show up cái appointment cái ilo AI cái nhà ngay phải mẹ cái mẹ có phải mà cái show up cái có béo nằm một không một ta nói ai học cái một đồ or ta là nói mấy cái.
Oh yeah, he came and they came and talked to us in the business suite. Yes, at our PC. And I communicate to my guy, and then and I think I respond the first time I saw it, and then Dr. Ray stepped in and then found out that he knew about the guy, you know. So go ahead, Brenda.
Koe foi parapare malahi tahia I tonga koe kai ke nau lava or identify all the drugs o involved I tonga. Tau he koe cannabis pe koe marijuana pe he. Ta koe o kuiai o ku osi ai ko toa ngahi drugs ke he o au ki he. Morphine koe ha koe ha koe ha opioid go odio go ape koe ha opioid or something like that fa le akipe Trump he koe ha me heroin he o si tonga ko to pa ko lau koe fu me ala here I go get identify more classify I gonna allow go a doctor
right
classification and then you tell what A B C D E may
right.
waki ua A B C and then ko ngahi ko high affect ko side effect the drugs ko
yeah pag mon opito Brenda ko monia o kuitonga ai ngahi kalas ke ka to ke COVID ha o si do e ko fanongo ko si a ngai me we kito ka ko moni utoton ke tawanga fenga e ha fainga fo e la vai ke tawo to kon lele he kakai ke ata te fit ke to tupo ke o te nau alu ke ngai me ko ngai area ko ya ko ngai area fa tu tamak kana to angepe ko mo ngai fa matala ki mo to time you now get into it they cannot get out of it ko fu me o fa ngata la ya
But you know before the people get into drugs, we need to look at the behavior before. I can be an addiction to people to start into drugs, you know. We have to look at this kind of thing.
Overdose,
yes, exactly. But at the same time, people can addicted to painkillers, you know. And then Panadol can be a painkiller if they give it to anybody,
excessively,
you know, excessively. Look into that before people get into being a drug user. What is the first behavior that causing this? Alcohol is classified as number 2, I believe, or number 1. Tonga. People, you know, one of the things that I always said to look at, I going to get brought to my I mean, it's almost like a regular thing. This is a country that is that you're talking about is a Christian country, and they're proud to show off their liquor and how many liquors they're drinking. I mean, this is the kind of behavior that need to be taught there. Get enforcing I takilotu, get out encouraging I program get train the people in the younger age, get out ilo I me agoini, then it cause them to go in the wrong. Making the right choices is very important, eh? It's we need to be a bro, let's say bro drug. I mean, find out what's the causing before getting the people into that. And I think there's a big gap that we have to look into, Brenda. It will take you a bad behavior 6 to 8 years to really get diabetic, And it's almost the same with the drug. How long is it going to take your bad behavior to get into be a drug user, And this has to be start from home. This has to be start from the church. This has to be almost every community to work as a team. Communicate CSC. CSC is a body that have a huge responsibility in there.
I think
yes, but I have to say something. I know you guys are mom, CSC mamonga, but I tell you that share my Dr. Ray I make it. Katota na fitutaki mai. Alia kau CSC. Kamainan and Dolly kau CSC. I got to put how go CSC. Going on if my paanga give I get a business going. Hegosiasi of wife and our welfare, but we are now. And I spoke with my auntie today, Auntie Lucy, and I said it's the same thing. Hey, we talked about this subject earlier today, and then Dr. Ray was also telling me, hey, if you're gonna be coming to the church, we have money to do your business. And Dr. Ray said, no, I do not need to change my religion to get money. But the thing is, I'm trying to bring out, kusyasi lele. Kusyasi na daw ilape daw tol ay sa mamunga ay kakay ko na naw kamatama kusyasi metonga. But I tell you, a lot of the people are now using the church benefit welfare to get money, You know what I'm saying? And we're seeing that happening everywhere. O kawai kita going dai hu mai going o dal mai wai the program truck and ko sia le ka sia si ka mai na ne to le ka sia si ko hinga hang sia si and it's in ke fa in business. You know what I'm saying? But this is the kind of thing that we need to really look into KCSC. Hopefully, be SCSC. Agwai kakaya ko might be KCSC came out as Sirini Kefag and now me. But it's giving the church a bad name, Kago me ago tau farm ko tau tolu ke tau hanga or voice out I think a kakai penny away with them with there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are agwai tau le tong of talamai elave takano fo hanga takatu. And this is the kind of thing that's happening right now because people just go in or use a church name just to get money because they wanted to do something. And this is very, very sad for me. And I know a lot of people going to fight and I may benefit welfare. They don't really come to the church because going out the church have a very good benefit welfare program. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what I just wanted to share with you, and I wanted to hear you guys feedback on that.
Yeah, briefing at the program welfare SCSC. I have full knowledge of process going welfare SCSC. He go ex-husband. Nani hanga eo manage kotoa welfare ai fetu koini. Ka koe mea ko ilo I koe ki he ene manage process pea mo ngahi polokala ma koe oku. Koe whakaata koe ai welfare he kau pisope ki ki e kakai lotu. Koe mea ia, koe ia, o ku kai ki ha mea mawahe a mihe no molo, mea kai no molo. He? Ke te alu atu e tahini, o talangi o ku iai e Palestine whine ofa ku hau ko to api. O na o mai mo enerisi, o sio ke mea o kai ke te whie mau, and you help, you yourself would be the one that tell the ke Palestine whine ofa o whie mau. E, mo ngahi mea o aanga ke o api, I he mea kai, sai. Koe mous, koe mea mahu inga ai mea tokoni. Lava iau ai. Ka pau whie ma e wala, e lava mo e wala. Ka pau whie ma moha mohenga mo mea o lava. Ka o koe process ia koe e tipenia me he alu e whine ofa o ahia e api koia. E? Ke make sure o kai ke aha beddings, moeha. Sai, koe paanga, o ku nau tokoni I ha one time ki he reni, ka pau o kai ke lava hataho a fort, o kai ke whai ia he mahina, like you're living on that. No, only on a one time while you're looking for work. Eh? Pe o kai ke ha paanga ave noa ia ke kamata ake ha business. That is not true. O kai ko affect ia. I mea e se asi. You know. Pe ku kai ke ia ha paanga ia tu whanoa ia he se asi ko hinga ko te arato whia ke lere ha business. You know. He kai ko se asi ko mea ko tope una ua ko I kita pe ke self-sufficient ko. Self-sufficient ko.
It's
Yeah.
very important. Yes.
You, yes. They teach you every know-how, whatever, however. Kaguna loto ke tokoni o ke ai employment agency ai siasi. Ihe feito o kotoape. O ke ai hawoti mo stake o ke ai an employment agency ai siasi. Eh? Ko ai pe ke tokoni ke family ke now self-sufficient. O kai ke ha long term ia ke o vare pe ko to milangi ha fupahanga ai siasi. Ke tokoni ki he lere te business ke tokoni ke drug people. No, okay kau counselor pe e se asi. Okay e nau me ako pe was institute ke tokoni self-sustain ai u business ke he. E pehe mai toko taha koe, ko brother Smith, o kuiai e ne kau taha ka. Te au kai mo ki tola te lava tokoni ke a koe mai ha o ki ka ke kamata aki. Ko brother hu o get ni farm. Ko ngai referral services ke resource asiasi o very marketable le pe ia o tokon ke kakai sias. Ko matua ula kau dad. He went to look for a job, right? I'll follow him mo ia. Kai ke fi alwange ke office ko e o mautolu ko hinga ko e kuiai. Ka loto pe ke tokon kai ke mau kumi ni ki ngau. Pa ko hani ngau na fai ko ia. Na ane fix it, a broken furniture, I furniture store asiasi, o kuma ua frame o mohenga, o kune put together mohenga ke funky pepe, you know what I mean? Ko u mea o mai me fare kolo ala lahi, ke for o ka ku homo skalu. Ok fo ilaka pia o mai skalu totonu. Skalu I ke vai, o ki bedding ko kaureka lere. For mohenga okay for also. So these are the things resources I kainga lotu o now sustain in our tore kakai go now in need. Kai ke pehe ia o tano aloi au pito e tano ia e tonga o ave siasi. Kau ke ilo line ko for main concept ia siasi ki he service whaka otua. Ai tokoni I se asi ki nau tolu pe na o tokoni themselves. That's it.
O mona pite lau ia aprenda Emeline. Pe ko sia o hange pe ga to siaske I americani. O ikai ke nau ave no ia pe na tole pa nga ka o ku na lo I pe ko ha no hinga.
What's for ia?
What's for o kai ke pe ke tu fa no ia pe. O kai ko ngā ilo ki tonga, ko ngā ilo nei ha nau pāngalahi ai usiasi ke tūwhahau. Ka ko siasi, ko awen na osimau e ku pāanga me siasi. Nā keke o mai pāanga ia, nei o mai he form of equipment.
Sure, iyo.
O mai pēia ko uhi ko whea mau. Ka koe mea ia ko ia, o pau ke ia e ngahi o waia ke whai, ki pēr ke hoko, ki a kita, o eke ia pe kute non-profit. He ko uhi o nau eke e nai tole nau paanga, i he ose a tau i he tax.
Yeah.
Nau tolu ke...
Now right off, e mea o mai.
Right off, nau tolu. O koe ke pehea ke o mai pehea, o koe ke hana uhinga, o nana tolo o mai ki hana uhinga, te nau right off e nau tue nau donation ko ia. Me. Pea pehea ka ato pe a ngahi tuanga lotu i Amerikani neongo pe tau si o mau e nau pangana tohu ke te. Now, o kou seki mau pea ia a siasi, he ko siasi o open record. O te, ko teke au ke nau, ko siasi ko nia ko tu malo ia pito. Is 600 current 600 billions. That's what they have. 600 billions. Ko now asset and now to rea taimi. O ka ke leo pe cash only pe ia hanga me ka ko ka kutoya ka siasi o to lahi angeia. Ka ko pe he ko ha ta ko ha ke siasi ke ma o ha pa.
Wa ha ni me.
Ke ga me e hoko. Pe ko ta tau pe ke nga siaska to ke ga me pe e hoko. O ke nga hi o wa ia ke te alu ke fai.
I kai pa now non-profit, Emeline.
Oh, yeah,
They're
I see.
non-profit too. Yeah.
Yes.
He kai ke love her non-profit or sustain her non-profit ko yo make money on top of. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's so true. But yeah, Brenda and Lifey, one of the bit, and I know that the church, now walk friendly, on the for to do as I see my method. But what I'm talking about, I can going to now pay going to go to now on our act as I see. Now corruption going. That's what I'm talking about. That's what he was telling Dr. Ray was because there was an idea for him. The church will be funding his project, you know. But that's what I'm saying, you know. If you wanted to go join the church because of that, you need to think again. Because you know, that's what I'm trying to say. Because at the same time, these are the type of people of Nauhanko or give a bad reputation, and that's what I'm trying to point out. If but anyway,
right now it's 10:50 something.
Okay, so I guess so.
51, 10:51.
I have if you guys want to do a recap and see how are we gonna be for us at look forward for all for all for all. I'm pretty sure. And this will be our last week get our program, and then we'll take a 2 weeks break. After week of Christmas, or week fast now. But I'll come back level. Hopefully, we'll come with the 2022 stronger and better, and that's what we are looking forward to. I got the program Thursday, the second program, but I'll want to circle it back to you, Brenda, and then Lightly, and then we'll just gonna recap and finish up the program.
Okay, tau ki kong at tau polokalama ko ia ki a pongpongi ki mua pe tau polokalama kakai fefini. Pea kai o ku hufa taha tu pe kono uina o ku pekia foki a Lord Maafu. Pea koe toko taha eni I he mits o e family koini o ku kau ki ai moe tangata koini ko laifoni. pea koe ko lot maafu koe o si te kai ke lo pe ku whakaha ere mai hono ai mea whakaeki me no sila a whē ki tonga. That I don't know yet. Ka e mahino mai pe in the coming days. Ka I ai pe tau ki I what do you call dedication pe I think Emeline about 10 to 15 minutes. Pea koe ni iyo. Pea koe that based on a green light pe mau ka urumotua pe ka pe urumotua ke fai pe he family whakaangataha pe ki tonga that's okay too. Koe iyo ko tariwhikau pe
Kaka mana te whaki koe mea da prenta da ne whole whake portfolio koe ni koe minista ki he malu I koe na e tamatui. Pempo minista whanua. So those are now vacant ke fill in levaya he kauia he whiri koe ni e pare mea e ne kau minista. But yeah. Kako tau sia ta toko ne ngai for I portfolio ko ya ku opening right now le vai ke whāna fill in and we're looking forward for the new government
opportunity ki ki tau tol too, you know, ki he anga tau whingawe aki pia moe pure anga tonga, you know. Very key au pito whoever is instituted ke department ke ka ministry. So hope that we would work with them and get things done. And then I think ki Polkarama also he go inga foki koe Lord Maafu koe no pere fokia o vaini ko toko mololo pe mo fefua I tonga pe oku pea ko ia foki na so tia whakataha pe mo Emeline he taimi o Emeline. Pa pe mo tupo ono in the same time frame. So ko Emeline oku amnak pe foki o kai tau amanak lele ki he tau hu ki tonga he 2005. We don't know have any plan yet, but initiate pe ngahi palani later on. Ko alo tahi nei e whai kia lau ia ko hola ia ka koe hola ia ka koe mea ko hoko e whai pe whakau kau kei ka koe o tau toru o ku tau tu upe mo e aru ki tonga ke tokoni ki he pureanga pe mo e tokoni ki he mea tatau pe whai he toko taha kotoa pe ko tokoni ki whanua ko iai ko o whalahet ka te moto kotoa malo ho mo mea mai I he whiawhini. Toa eke o whātu. Laifi?
Ko Brenda, ko maafu ko maafu ko younger maafu eh?
Yes. This is the ko saya lau si ian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ko mea pe ko ku whakau kau aku Brenda mo Emeline ko ngahi whotutu ko ni tonga tau sio te tau tuku pe ke tau sio pe. O ksainga pe tau sio ke tau iloi pe nau whai ngai mea ko toton ke nau whai. Pea tau toke anga classify nau tol pe nau whai ai mea ko ia ton pe ko. He ko hi ke tau ko tau whinga ta toke ke tokon ke kakai pea moe. Purea. Ko anga pe whakau kau. O kai ke upe hea wi au ku sai pe ku kovi hata ko me pe ko sio ke na performance me na commitment ke na ngai post na fai me na o de le ke kakai ko pa te na fai ngai me ko ya pa pe le ba na sai ko tu pe a ku ya pa ko ya pe
Ke te awia koe mea mahi ngā pe koe ofa whanua, ofa he kakai, moi ofa he tui, pea moi whanua, pea koe ne tone e taki, pea moi mea koe loto maulalo, he? Pea manatu mau pe, ko nau maria ia pea he whamalanga ai asiausi he ahon, pea it's a very good one, you guys can watch it, give whanau pe kene whamalanga, ne wana ka kene fulahe ne o mai ne agenda, kai me for malanga pe ki fauga fonua mo ofaka kai me pe. But I think to me that was so beautiful, eh? He was lea pe nga we anai nga ita ko ni po hili. Pe ko tau look forward tau ria ki ha tonga fo. And I'm pretty sure nai fai he ahoni I me pe fili for poto. Pe ko i tau mu ai ko na e malanga i ko he tamatui. Nai fai he kakai fili for poto. Pe te fai pe kakai I feel for I kau fa fonga I feel for poto he ahoni. And then 2022 is going to be a year that we're looking forward for a different tonga, you know. O ikai ke liliu ho tau whaunga whanua, ka koe tau whai pe hanga I mea ke lelei, mo toi whalangalaka, mo tau fight the trucks because it's not an easy job. But I'm pretty sure with this platform, wow, I cannot believe, Brenda, ka tau kamata mai me. And now, going to go to okay, wiki files so we still survive, and that's something good to a bear. And then we're looking forward for a more better 2022 with
2022.
Yes, with a lot of things happening, eh? So, that I'll watch at the same time, we're gonna do and work with our project because our actions should be louder than us, you know, just watching.
Yes.
Things will be happening soon for us. Our program
Yes. By all means.
Yes, and then from tonight, go out Emeline Faamunete from Seattle, Washington. Momea.
Malo.
Right, moment.
Hey.